All right, how is everyone? We are going to continue with our topic, circular flow, and the question is where we stopped. Let's go to question 2.1. Question 2.1 is asking us to 2.2, sorry, question 2.2.1. They're asking why, remember they're saying, look at the hint here. This type of question is typical deep level thinking. You need to answer this question in a sentence that is comprehensive, and it should answer the questions. This type of questions is found in question paper 2.1, 3.12, and 4.12. So these are the questions which you can find in these sections. So we want complete sentences. You should not answer your questions in short sentences. They want you to write in complete sentences. Right. So 2.1 is asking us, why are households regarded as the important participants in the circular flow? Remember, last time we talked about all the participants in the circular flow. So households are the major participants. Why? And so the question is asking, why are they regarded as important participants? So we want their major role. So their major role, the question is asking us to say households, they own the factors of production. Remember we said that last time that in the circular flow model in the economy, households are the owners of factors of production like land, labor, entrepreneurship, and capital. So we say that they are the ones who sell these factors of productions to the government and the business sector. Okay. Then 2.2. So the answer here should be, they are the owners of factors of production. They are the owners of factors of production. So that's the answer there. Then question 2 is asking for, how will the scenario I plus G plus X greater than S plus T plus M affect the national income? So here they're trying, remember here they're talking about, these are, remember, our injections, okay? And this side, these are leakages. So they are trying to say, if injections are greater than leakages in the economy, how does it affect the national income? So the answer is, the national income will increase. The national income will increase. So that's what we have to say. We can say the national income will increase, because when we have more money coming, those are injections. If we have more money coming into the economy than what goes out, then it means we are going to have the national income, or the GDP. When they talk about the national income, in other words, they mean the GDP. So the GDP will increase because the injections are more than the leakages. All right. Then the next question is asking us, what effect does taxes and subsidies have on the calculation of basic prices? So remember, in our calculation of GDP, we have basic prices and market what? Prices. So they want us to show the effect of taxes and subsidies when we are calculating basic prices, okay? So this effect is that they convert basic prices basic prices to market prices. to market prices. Okay. So another question is asking for, why does South Africa prescribe the system of national accounts as stipulated by the International Monetary Fund, that is IMF? Remember, International Monetary Fund, we are looking at international standards, okay? This is an international body which includes all countries in the world, right? So they're asking us, why does South Africa prescribe the system of the national accounts as stipulated by the International Monetary Fund? So we follow the system of national accounts in South Africa. So why is it so? It is so because SA must comply with the international best practices, international best practices when in terms of the provision of national accounts, in terms of the provision of national accounts. Okay. Then they're asking us, the next question is, what is the effect of an increase in marginal propensity to consume to the multiplier? Remember in the multiplier we have, the MPC means the marginal propensity to consume. MPC means the portion of a person's income which is spent, or the percentage of the person's income which is spent. So we look at it in forms of percentages or in decimal. We always say that the income is 1. So it's either part of it is spent and part of it is saved. So the question is asking for, what is the effect of an increase in marginal propensity to consume on the multiplier? Okay, so if we increase the MPC, what will be the effect? Okay, on the multiplier. Remember, in multiplier, we are looking at, with the multiplier, we look at the number of times an initial investment changes in the economy when it is invested. Right, remember here they're looking at the effect on the multiplier, and which effect? The increase of the MPC. So the effect will be, remember we said that the higher the MPC, the higher the multiplier. It means that in an economy where people spend much of their incomes, right, the multiplier is going to increase. Even, in other words, the economy will grow, because when the multiplier increases, even the economy is growing. So if the MPC is high, it means even the multiplier is going to be high, right? So the answer here they want here is that, I would say the multiplier will, the multiplier will increase. The multiplier will increase because more money, enters into the economy. Remember, in economics, we mark the concept. So long as you say the concept, it doesn't mean necessarily that you have to write what I write. But what we need, like from such a question, we want we're interested in the word increase. The multiplier will increase. Even if you stop there, it's fine. It means that when there is an increase in marginal propensity to consume, the multiplier also increases. But if there is a decrease in marginal propensity to consume, the multiplier decreases. Right. Let's go to the next question. How will the multiplier be influenced when foreign direct investments increase in the economy? Remember, FDI, foreign direct investments, this is the money which comes from other countries where and enters into the economy or into the economy of South Africa. So when we receive money from other countries or when businesses come, by the way, how does this money come? This money comes in the form of investments, foreign direct investments. This is where big companies or individuals from other countries, they come and open up businesses in South Africa. So the question is asking, how will the multiplier be influenced? Remember, the multiplier is influenced by either an increase or a decrease. So when people come, or when individuals or businesses come from other countries and they come, for example, USA, and they come and invest in South Africa, okay? You see that is a what? It's an income. It's an inflow in the economy, right? So definitely the same is the same. The answer is the same. Whenever there is an injection, the multiplier will increase, okay? The multiplier will increase. That is the answer. The multiplier will increase, okay? The multiplier will increase. I want to erase this comment. So we say the multiplier will increase. Remember, you need to know what causes the multiplier to increase because there is an injection, okay? Then let's continue and say, the next question is asking for, how will national income be influenced by leakages? Remember, I said that national income is the same as GDP, because I know that word is common to you. So they are confusing you to say national income. No, it's the same thing. It's the same as saying GDP. So the national income, when there are leakages in the economy, okay? Remember, an economics question, you need to read it at least 3 times, 2 to 3 times. Don't just read, okay? And then you answer just one time. No, read it 1 time, 2 times to make it, to make the question sense to you, to make the question make sense to you. So please never rush to the question in economics, because sometimes they ask me for an increase, a decrease, whatever. So how will national income be influenced? By leakages in the economy, okay? So we can say, remember, we are looking at injections and leakages. We say that injections, this is where money comes into the economy. Leakages, this is where money goes out of the economy. I explained that already. So things like taxes, let me take you back here, up quickly. Taxes, okay? There is a question I saw here, quickly, I think, yeah. These investments, government spending, and export earnings, these are all injections. Then savings, taxes, and import expenditure on imports, these are all leakages, okay? So when money goes out of the economy, what are you expecting? The economy is going to decline, okay? So we can say, so these are leakages. Money is going out of the economy, okay? Yes. So here the answer we can say, because they want to say the effect on the national income, we say the national income will the national income will decrease. Why is it decreasing? Because there is more what? There is more money flowing out of the economy, okay? Out of the economy, okay? So that's the answer there. But here, remember, this is section B. If it's section B, you can just say the national income will decrease, even if you don't give a reason why you are saying so. But if you know the reason, please just go and give that reason. Now we are going to question 3. They are saying these are paragraph type of questions. These are paragraph type of questions. And look at the hint. What are they saying? Our hint says, when a question requires to explain, discuss, differentiate, etc., you need to answer in full sentences. Yes. So these, you must know, I'm sure your teachers have given you the verbs, okay? In school, explain, discuss. There is that copy. I'll share it with you, I think, one time. Then, which shows you where the instructions, what do you need to do when they ask you for this? What do you need to do when they ask you for this and that, okay? So, you need to answer in full sentences. The answer is found in textbooks. This type of questions is found on question paper 2.4, 3.4, and 4.4. This type of questions, if you look at your question paper, I will share a question paper here, an exam question paper. Now, these are the last parts. They're talking about 2.4, section B, 2.4, 3.4, and 4.4. If I always tell you, if you don't know that part, okay, 3.4, 2.4, 4.4, and 3.5 also, please don't answer that question, because these questions, they carry more marks. So you should always check those parts. This part A, 2.1, 2.2, there is 2 marks, 1 mark, 2 marks. It will not help you to answer, to pass the paper. But first check out, if you are choosing the question to do either question 2 or 3, look at 3.4 and 2.4 or 4.4 and choose. If you can answer that part, please go for that question, because it has 8 marks there. Okay, let's go to the questions here. 3.11. Describe the flows between farms and households through the factor market. I'm going to take you back to the notes quickly, and I show you what they're asking there. Describe the flows between farms and households through the factor market. Let's go here. I'm going to take you to the circular flow, to the diagram. Here we are. Where is the diagram? Okay. Now, the flows they are talking about, they're talking about the factor market. This is the factor market. And they're asking us to describe the flows between between businesses and households through the factor market. So the flows we have are factors of production going to the business sector and income coming to households in the form of wages, interest, rent, profit, which are payments for factors of production, and which is an expenditure for. So they want us to explain these flows taking place. Remember, we have 2 flows here. We have, one is the real flow, and another one is the money flow, okay? real flow and money flow. If I'm to do that question, I can say, describe the flows. So I'm going to start with the real flows, okay? And the money flow. Remember, I explained those flows some other time back in our previous videos. So real flow, remember this where we said that real flow, this is where flow of goods and services. And money flow is the flow of factors of production. Remember, if the question is 8 marks, okay, you are expected to give at least 4 points because each point here in this part carries 2 marks. So if it is 8 marks, means that you have to write 4 times 4 times 2, each carries 2 marks, then you get the 8 marks in total. So here we have to talk about the real flows and the money flows, okay? Okay, we are saying 3.1.1 is saying we want us to describe the flows between farms and households. Between farms and households. That's why I took you back there to check out that circular flow. So already you know the picture. Where do they want us to describe? They don't expect to talk about the flow. Like that question is on question. So they want us through the factor what? Through the factor market. Okay. So I said we have 2 flows there. One is the money flow. Oh, let me start with the real flow. We have the real flow. You remember the question has not asked you, they have not told you the flows. They just said the flows. So they expect you to be knowing which flows are in that one, in the circular flow. So remember, in the circular flow, we have 2 flows, real flow and money flow. So we are going to talk about the real flow. So in the real flow, we have to explain what a real flow is, okay? So we can say, the real flow of factors of production takes place in the factor what? Factor market. In the factor market, okay? Then that is 1 point. Remember, I said that at least you need to write 4 points. 2, in this factor market, there is a flow of factors of production from households to farms or business farms. Then number 3, you can say, yeah, even you can give some examples. You can give some examples like, you can say, for example, a household providing his labor to the business or to the farm. So this is a real flow. It's an example of a real flow. Then there is also there is also a flow of capital. Remember all the factors of production. We have land and entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs from households to businesses or to farms to businesses. Okay, let's say farms to business farms to business farms to business farms. Okay, so that's how we can answer question 3.1.1. So 3.1.2 is asking just to explain the flows between farms and households, through the goods market. It's still the same people, but through the goods market. Then when we go to the circular flow again, the diagram quickly, let me take you there quickly. You see now, last time they were asking about this side. Now they're asking about this side, this market, the goods what? Market. Remember, there is an interaction again. We did this already. There is an interaction in our previous lessons. We talked about the flows. So there is another interaction between farms and households. So they want us to explain that flow. Remember, in this flow, again, there is a real flow. Oh, sorry. We were supposed to talk about also the money flow. Sorry. Let's go back to the other question. We didn't finish one part there. Let's talk about the money flow. In this question, money flow. Money flow. So in the money flow, here we have to show the incomes and expenditure, okay? We can say, point one, there is income flow as farms pay households through the factor market. Through the factor market. Then we also have another point we can say here. We can give some examples like interest, comma, rent, and profits are examples of money flow. Remember, so we can stop here, but remember the question was asking for 8 marks. It has 8 marks, so it wanted only 4 points. So you can choose one of these and then write them in the paper, okay? Then we go to the other question, 3.1, 2. 3.3.2. Where is that question? Let's go there quickly. Explain the flows between farms and households through the goods market. Now we are going to the goods market. So remember, in the goods market, buyers are households and sellers are the business firms. Okay. So let me talk about this 3 point. This is the 3.1.2. This is the 3.1.2. So it is asking for real flow in the goods market. Okay. So the real flow there, we can say firms provide households with goods and services through the factor market. Okay. Another point we can say here, sorry. Through the goods market. I'm sorry for that. Remember, we are looking at the goods market, not factor market. So they provide through the goods what? Through the goods market. Okay. Then another point is talking about we can say let's go to the money flow here quickly. Or another point we can say here is firms use factors of production. Firms use factors of production. To produce goods and services that they make available to the households. Then the money flow, remember the question is asking for the real flow and the money flow. So in the money flow, we can talk about look at this. The money flow, households use their income to pay for goods and services they receive from firms. So households pay for goods and services using their income. Remember, they received this income from the businesses through the factor market. So now they are using this income to purchase goods and services. Two, we can say the payment represents a flow of money from households to the firms. Okay, so that is 3.1.2. So also that question was 8 what? 8 marks. This question 3.1.3, is asking for describe the impact of increased consumer expenditure in the circular flow. They are looking for the impact. Remember, an impact can be positive or negative. Impact of increased consumer expenditure where in the circular flow. So what's the impact? We are the consumers, right? The households. So if we spend more, if there is an increase in expenditure, what are you expecting? We're expecting the GDP to increase, okay? Yes. So explain the impact of consumer expenditure through increase the expenditure of consumers in the circular flow. So this is question 3.1.3. 3.1.3. So it's asking for, in the other, they're asking if consumers spend more, what are we expecting? Okay. So we can say there will be an increase in the monetary flow there will be an increase in the monetary flow in the what? In the economy. So when we spend more, okay? When we spend more, there will be more money within the what? The economy. So if we spend that money without and we don't save it, so which means there will be a lot of money within the economy or within the circular flow. So there will be an increased, another point we can say, there will be an increase in the flow of goods and services from farms to households. Remember, we always spend money. Households spend much of their incomes by buying goods and services. So these goods and services are bought from businesses, and then they are taken by households. Okay. So we can say there will be an increase in production of goods and services due to increase in consumer spending. Okay. So there will be an increase because remember, when we buy more goods, we buy from business firms, right? So those business firms, when we buy from them, they use part of their income, actually most of their income, to produce more goods and services. So there will be an increase in production of goods and services. Then another one we can say due to an increase in production, there will be an increase in incomes to households, to households. Remember, households are employed by businesses, right? So whenever there is an increase in production, it means that businesses, they need these people to work for them. They need us to work for them. So definitely, our incomes will increase. So those are some of the questions, some of the answers you were supposed to give in that part. Then quickly, let's go to question 3.14. Explain the role of the business sector of firms in the circular flow. So you must check out which participant are they talking about, the business sector of firms, and where in the circular flow. So they want us to explain the contribution of these, of the business sector in the circular flow. So quickly we can go here. That is 3.1.4. Three point 1.4. Okay. So let's check here quickly. Okay. Explain the role of the business sector in the circular flow. So we can say, what is the work of the business sector in the circular flow? Or which role do they play? One, you can say they buy or purchase factors of production. They purchase factors of production from who? Who sells the factors of production? From households. From households. Okay, we can stop there. They purchase factors of production from households. So that's the first one. Another role. Remember, if businesses are not in existence, it means that now, where are we going to work? No way. So we need these we need these businesses so that they can buy our labor and we can make our lives better by earning an income from them. Okay. Another role, which role do they play? We can say they use, the business firms, they use the factors of production. They use the factors of production to produce, to produce what? To produce goods and services. So remember, why do they employ us? Because they want us to produce goods and services. So they have a role to play, because if they are not in existence, if businesses are not there, who is going to produce the goods we use and the services we need? No one. So we need them for that reasons. So we can say after producing, they sell goods and services to who? To households government or state, and the foreign sector. So that's a very good role. Okay. Remember, we are looking for their contribution in the economy. So that is a good role, because if businesses are not there, who is going to sell to us? No one. So we need them, or they play that role by providing us those goods and services. Then another one, we can say they pay tax. They pay taxes to who? Who collects the tax? To the government. Remember, we use this tax. They pay taxes to government on the profits they make. Remember, why is tax is good to be paid? Because the government uses this tax to provide us with public goods and services like education services, public schools, public hospitals, clinics, roads, the street lights, etc. So we need, so the businesses contribute by paying tax to the government so that the government can provide us with those goods and services. Okay. Another one. How many are these? They want us, remember, they want us to give 4, but there are many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me add on one more to make it 5. Another one, we can say businesses, they export. Let me talk about this. Goods and services to the foreign sector. These are foreign countries, okay? To the foreign sector. And in return, the country receives foreign currency. So this is money for other countries, what they use in other countries. So a country like South Africa always needs those currencies. Right, let's go to the next question. Okay, the next question is asking for, they want us to link let me look at this question quickly here. Link the role of financial and foreign markets to the other participants in the circular flow. The role. So they want us to show how do the financial markets and foreign markets help, or how do they help? Yeah, how do they help the economic participants? Okay. We want to see how do they help the economic participants in the economy. Okay. Right. Let's go here quickly and see. How do they help the other participants? This is question 3.1.5. 3.1.5. Okay. So let's first look at the financial markets, because they asked us for 2 markets. Financial markets. So financial markets, how do they help other participants? Or how do they link? So we can say savings of households, firms, and the government get accumulated in the financial markets. Okay. So the savings which we make in the banks, remember the financial market here, the example can be banks, that is our common financial markets. When we make our savings, we take some of our money into these banks. Businesses also, they don't use all their money, they make savings there. Even the banks, the government, remember its bank is the South African Reserve Bank, okay, or the Central Bank of South Africa. So they always make savings through through the financial markets, meaning if financial markets are not there, there is nowhere where we can make our savings, okay? So the financial markets also, they invest by lending money to households. Firms, those are the businesses, and the government. So when these institutions, when households, when businesses and the government, they need money, they always run to the financial institutions like banks, and then all the financial markets. So that's where we get the loans from, okay? And this money will be used for investments, okay? They make the financial markets, they make the circular flow of income complete and continuous. And continuous. So, yes, so through the financial markets like banks, we can have incomes going through the banks and then through the financial markets and then going back to the business firms. Another point we can say here is the inflow of money in the financial markets equals the outflow. So what we invest is what comes out, okay? What we invest in the financial institutions is what comes out. So there is nowhere any other money comes from, no. What we save there is what goes into the financial markets is what comes out of the financial out of the financial markets. Okay. Then quickly we can talk about the foreign sector. The foreign sector, this is yeah, because they told us to explain the foreign sector and let's talk about the foreign sector. Remember, let me take you back to the question quickly so that you don't forget. He says, link the role of the financial and foreign sector markets to the other participants in the circular flow. How do these two markets help the other participants? So far we have seen the financial markets. Then let's quickly look at the foreign sector. Okay. So what is the foreign sector? Foreign sector, this is where here we're talking about exports and imports, or one country trading with other countries. So that is the foreign sector. Okay. So we can say the foreign sector, it receives revenue. So this is income, right? People who do accounting, you know this better. Revenue from farms, households, and the government. For export of what? For export of goods and services. So when we export the goods and services, we receive what? The foreign sector receives income or revenue. It makes, remember this is where we have exchange, foreign exchange, the foreign exchange markets, for example, where we exchange the monies, okay? You want to buy from USA and you have the rands. So in USA, they will not take the rands. They report the prices of their goods in dollars. So you need to change your rands into dollars. As the same applies, if a business wants to buy, someone wants to buy products from other countries, from South Africa, and then is invested in USA, then they will need to change their monies through the foreign sector market, and then they'll be able to buy goods here, and then they get the rands. It makes payments for imports and for imports from farms and what? And the government. And let's do only 3 here. It also makes payment for factor services, to the households. To the households. So that one makes the end of our lesson for today. We shall be doing another lesson. So we have stopped on question 3.15. Then we shall do another question. We shall finish these questions and then we shall do the other questions next time. We proceed to question 3. Remember, I have to remind you that we are doing topic by topic. We do all the possible questions which can come from that topic. Okay? Yes, thank you for listening to my video. I'll be posting another video shortly.